Hi everybody and welcome to MARAT'S Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you one of our favorite dishes, and that's a seared tuna. And today we're using a bluefin tuna. I'm going to show you how to marinate it, season it, sear it, and of course slice it and enjoy. So let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is marinate the tuna in a little bit of ponzu sauce, and that's just soy sauce mixed with some citrus fruits such as limes and lemons. So we're simply going to cut our tuna. Now this tuna is a bit awkwardly shaped, so we'll make it a little bit harder to cut. See how it's got this groove over here? When it's been cleaned of all the bloodlines and all the bones are taken out. But it makes it a little bit hard to sear because then this surface part is going to touch the pan, but the bottom is still going to be raw. So you want to first square the tuna in a way where all sides will be seared evenly. So here we are, and I'm simply going to cut a small piece over here. Now you can marinate this extra piece I'll be cutting off as well, and you can sear it separately and enjoy it. You can flake it into a salad if you like, or just make yourself a delicious bluefin tuna sandwich. So okay, and there you go. There, got a perfectly squared piece of tuna ready for searing. First, we're going to start with the marinade. We're going to pour some of this ponzu sauce. You can probably find a ponzu anywhere in your local grocery stores. It's now become quite a popular condiment in the West, and yeah, I encourage you to try it. We're just going to pour some at the bottom like this and add our tuna. So you want to shake it up a little bit because some of the ingredients could settle to the bottom. Then you're going to simply pour a little bit more on top like that. Turn the tuna on all sides. You can add these other little extra pieces that you just trimmed your tuna, which you'll use to make a delicious sandwich. Try an olive bread. Add a little bit of your favorite condiments. I would add a little bit of wasabi mayo to it, some greens, your tuna, and that makes a delicious lunch sandwich. Okay, now we'll let that marinate for maybe about half an hour before we put the seasoning on top and then sear it. All right, so now we've marinated the tuna for about 30 minutes. And now I'm going to show you all the spices that we use to coat our tuna with before we do the searing. So I've got some black pepper, and usually I just eye it, the amount, depending on what it is that I'm making. But you could use maybe about, for a tuna this size, this is just about a pound. You want to add, I would say, about a teaspoon of black pepper. All right, and then a teaspoon of sweet paprika, and then about a teaspoon of black sesame seeds. I don't find that there's a big difference in taste between the white and the black sesame seeds. It's more for the aesthetics, so I like that. And you can add about a teaspoon of black sesame seeds. All right, and about a teaspoon of coarse sea salt. Okay, so there's all the spices used. So very simple ingredients that you can find in your local stores just about anywhere. going to take a teaspoon, mix all that together nicely. Okay. And then we're going to put it onto a nice wide plate so we can add the tuna to that and make sure that we coat the tuna on all sides. The goal is to make sure that the tuna is completely coated with all of the spices. If you find that you don't have enough for one reason or another, you saw how easy it was to make the spice mix. So just make a little bit more. You know, add half a teaspoon of everything just to finish up the ends of the tuna that you might not have enough spice for. Okay, look at that. That looks delish. Okay, just this little end. There you go. And now we're going to take it to our pan. We're going to add a little bit of oil, olive oil. Let that heat up so we can sear. And let me show you how to do that. Okay. Now we're going to add some olive oil. I would use an extra virgin olive oil if you can. I know a lot of people might say that it doesn't really matter when you're cooking because it might kill some of the antioxidants that extra virgin olive oil provides, but if you're going to use good quality ingredients, use them in every stage of your cooking. We're going to heat that up. Now you want to heat it up to the point where there's just a whiff of smoke, and then we're simply going to add our tuna and we're going to sear it about 10 seconds on each side. That's how we're going to start. And if you need to sear it a little bit longer, if you like your tuna to be a little less raw, you might want to cook it for 12 to 15 seconds on each side. So you want to make sure that you coat the pan completely. If you have a non-stick pan, it works better because it's more foolproof to make sure that the tuna never sticks to the pan. And now there's the sound that you want to hear. You can either use your hands if you're careful, or you can use a pair of tongs. Turn off the heat, put it onto a nice clean plate, ready for slicing. Okay, so here you have the beautifully seared tuna, seared on all sides. And you want to make sure that you have quite a sharp knife to slice through so you can have nice, beautiful slices for presentation, and the meat that's been cooked isn't falling apart because tuna tends to flake quite easily. So you want to make sure that your knife is sharp. Okay. When you're sure that you have a sharp knife, that's when you start to slice. After you've let the tuna rest for a few minutes, you can begin to slice. Well, I can see how beautiful that is. And you want to make sure you slice carefully and keep it in this domino type of an effect for presentation. And the very last piece, you might want to try it. Okay, And now you can finish off the dish with just a little bit more ponzu sauce, carefully drizzled. There you go. And I would even claim this is probably one of the best summer type dishes that you'll want to make. You'll wow your guests and you'll have people ask you for recipes for a long time to come. Bluefin ahi tuna with black sesame seed and sea salt, black pepper, and sweet paprika crust. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. I love having you over and learning from me and enjoying these recipes that are easy to make, they're locally sourced, and your family and friends will love it. Please like this video if you like this recipe, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do me a small favor, share this video and this channel with all your friends. Have a wonderful day, everybody.